We hop off the plane in Austin, and a fan of the vlog, Renee, kindly picks us up. He says he knows the spot for some good quick barbecue before the live stream, so we head over to the Rolling Smoke food truck. Their menu is extensive, but the only thing on our minds is brisket and ribs. It did not disappoint. After stuffing our faces, we head over to the lodge. They're setting up for the live stream, and we meet up with our buddy Cedric, the poker traveler, on Instagram. We hit the cage and buy in for $1,000, which is the max at this table. And for good luck, we brought along our orchid lei for my sister's graduation from Pepperdine this past weekend, so of course we had to rep it. We find out that none other than Tony Miles, the second place finisher at the 2018 World Series of Poker, is playing on our table. Oh, what's your IG?
Instagram.
Okay.
Tony Miles Poker.
6 straddle.
Come follow me.
Go follow him.
Ninja Warrior. American Ninja Warrior.
And we hop right into the action. The game was a 1-3, but we all agreed to have a mandatory straddle, so it was a 1-3-6.
We've got Wolfgang Poker, YouTube sensation, and Tony Miles. Look there, in Seat 2, World Series of Poker. He finished second in the World Series of Poker 2018 for $5 million.
Yeah, nice little lineup tonight.
400 in the live chat. Here comes Wolfgang Poker, getting a chance to play a hand. Jack 9 offsuit.
In this hand, we call a raise pre and flop trip jacks. We check the flop, action gets checked around, and we decide to start with a check on the turn.
Trips.
Wolfgang smashes this flop, and if the 3-bet would have come in, Wolfgang probably would not have been in this pot at all. Now it's just a boat.
Just a boat for Wolfgang.
Still electing slow play.
Wearing the lei. 18 phones in front of him.
Inducing a
Dylan bets 35.
Wolfgang trying to figure out how
the hills.
Steal.
Folds to me, and a raise is mandatory here.
Oh boy, Dylan has not snap folded yet, so he has dreams of making a move.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Dylan trying to make a play. This is not going to work.
And after I raise, Dylan now 3-bets to 260, and I think it's an interesting decision. I wish I knew Dylan's playstyle before getting into this hand, because that would definitely have made this an easy flat call. But in the moment, I put him on a strong hand, such as a jack or a straight, when he 3-bets me, so I was looking to get it all in before a scare card comes on the river like a heart. I make it $600, and of course with 5 high, he has no decision other than to fold. Then this crazy hand happens with Renee.
In the second round. Bruins are trash.
Here comes the flop. Ooh,
Almost a 3.
deuce jack 7.
Not playing.
Skittles. Turn is the ace.
No help.
Looking for
Ooh, the jack.
the jack.
The jack
Oh
shoots
my
down the
goodness.
Cowboys, and the squeeze
worst
is
hand.
rewarded.
You're right. We need to call it. That's pretty sure.
In this hand, we open up pocket 8s to $20 from the under the gun +1 position, and the poker traveler 3-bets us to 90 from the button, folds back around to me, and I think his 3-bet here is really strong because we were playing pretty solid up until this point, and we raised from early position. Additionally, if we called here, we'd be going out of position the rest of the way.
Wearing the lei, whistling a little song, the Wolfgang mantra, wearing an Arizona Diamondbacks hat.
So I make an exploitative fold and decide to pick a better spot.
Poker trap. Renee with pocket 10s. Come on now. Garcia with
This
pocket
next hand, Renee opens pocket 10s to $20 from under the gun, and Tony now 3-bets to $80 with ace jack.
That's good stuff
Garcia
right
calls
there.
with pocket 9s, and I think this is an amazing spot to put in the 4-bet to $350. Our hand's pretty strong here, but instead in the moment, I got stage fright, and I decided to just call the $80. I think that's the beauty of this poker vlog and playing on live streams. Makes you a better player by seeing your mistakes and having to talk about them later on like I'm doing now. My call ends up bringing in Dylan with 7-5 of diamonds, and a very experienced poker player, the poker traveler, does what I should have done, and he 4-bets to $500. Action ends up folding around to me. I decide to fold here and find a better spot. Even though my hand is under-repped, having just flatted with ace-queen, I don't want to be getting in my entire stack like this. I fold, and of course Dylan decides to rip it in and get snapped off by the poker traveler. This is what
Rips
happens.
it all in. So, okay.
Oh my God.
Dylan in full degen mode. Dylan, everyone else folding 9s, folding ace-queen. Dylan says, okay, I have 7-5 of diamonds. I think the 7-5 of diamonds is going to win this hand.
I think it's going to get there. 10-3-8.
Ooh, straight outs.
Open-ended now. Doesn't get there. The first one goes to the Poker Traveler.
There's a 7 in the window.
7-6 deuce. 3 outs now. 4 of
needs to fade an ace or a queen.
Oh, the queen!
Scoopa Loopa.
Poker Traveler and Dylan.
Oh man.
Rinse and repeat.
Lucky.
This next hand, Renee raises to $35 with queens, and I decide to 3-bet him to 125 with ace queen of diamonds. Dylan calls my 3-bet, and Renee now goes into the tank. Ultimately, he finds the 4-bet to 385 and actions back onto me.
385 is the bet. Back over to Wolfgang with ace queen suited. Chomping on the gum, blowing a bubble.
I like it. 385, good enough.
Looking all around.
Wolfgang hasn't really responded well to being 4-bet, 5-bet, etc. But he might say enough's enough. Says, I came here to play some poker and I'll fold.
Here we go.
And he makes the call. Now Dylan, of course, is going to be calling.
My logic here is I know Dylan's coming in behind of me here regardless of what I do, so that helps my decision a little bit. And yeah, sure enough, Dylan calls.
He says, I don't care. Huge pot of brewing, Mikey. Queen 4 ace on the flop. Fireworks City. King 5 jack. No dice. Skittles.
Flop comes king eye here, and Dylan checks to Renee. Renee now decides to check here, which I think is interesting. I think that he's pretty balanced here when he checks between strong hands and missed hands. I think that he would be doing this with all of his sets here, like kings and jacks, given the fact that Dylan has a tendency to blast off when he senses weakness. For that reason, I decide to check behind and not take a stab. Turn is another king, and Dylan checks again.
Renee feeling good looking at his chips, and he's going to go for a bet, and I don't think anyone's going to be calling. Maybe Dylan might get a little sticky thinking that his 2-pair is good, but we know it's not.
Renee now bets small for $475, and I believe if he had a set here, he would want to start getting money into the pot.
Wolfgang thinking about it, but he can't continue.
And with just ace eye here, I decide to fold. And of course, Dylan makes the call.
Forget it. He calls. One.
He didn't call. He ripped
it.
All you can eat. A 4 and a 4 only. Looks like they're only running it one time. Oh, God. Aaron.
Sticky cards. No.
7.
Thanks, man.
What's that, Renee? Damn, the vlog run good. The run good for the vlog.
Yeah, that's what he gets for the picking you up for the airport. The good karma.
Jeez.
That's karma, right?
Holy crap.
The 1-2 streets.
I did get some comment that when I 4-bet with aces, and guy called me and half the table says,
There's an open to $25 in this hand, and Tony 3-bets to 125 on the button with pocket sixes.
Wolfgang, ace queen. We've seen him have ace queen a few times tonight, but he's going to go after this one. He says enough's enough. He's putting the pressure on Tony. I like it. I like this move from Wolfgang. We've been waiting to see it.
I decide enough is enough. We're treating this like the final table of the World Series of Poker, and I 4-bet him to $428. Folds back around to Tony, who shows me his hand and mucks. I think I'm getting the hang of this thing now. Take that, Tony. We're stuck 211 in the game so far. When you look down at ace-10 offsuit from under the gun, I call the straddle. Jake now raises to $35, and there's a bunch of callers, so I decide to call as well, and the flop is gin.
Quiche. 10-10 ace. Ooh, boat city for Wolfgang. Look at that, just flop a boat. That's all you do.
We check and the action checks around. Turn comes a 9, and I decide to start getting money in the pot and bet $55.
Just a matter how much he can extract. Looks like he's going to make it 55.
And Jake calls.
8 of spades. Boat city. Here comes a bet. 180 is the bet.
Jake ends up finding a fold there, so we're not going to get any more value. This next hand is what you guys most likely came here for, and I give you full permission to roast me down in the comments. The double straddle's on, and I put in the elusive triple straddle here to $24. It's a few callers to me, and I decide to check my option here with a hand as weak as 6-5, and we're off to the flop. We flop an open-ender here, but have to be cautious with the flush draw out there. The action checks to me.
Looks like Wolfgang with his open-ended straight draw.
And I think the best play is to just check behind here and realize our equity. If we bet and get raised, we're in a gross spot. But in the moment, I bet small here, as this board is going to hit my range a lot more than the other callers, and only drift calls.
He just posted a new video at Alec Torelli, apparently, and they were going over some hand recaps. Interesting vid. I think I'm going to scroll through that channel a little bit more.
He hits a straight, but now there's a diamond draw, 3 diamonds out there, and drift with the ace of diamonds. He's not going anywhere. He makes the bet. Wolfgang with
Turn comes an interesting one. It gives us the straight, but puts the flush out there. To make matters more interesting, the graphics on the screen are actually wrong. Drift donks into me for $50. The graphics said that he check called a bet here. He was also the tightest player at the table up until this point and voluntarily called the $24 straddle pre-flop. So I put him on a very good hand here when he donks into me when the flush comes in. Regardless, we have a straight here, and I decided to put in the $50.
the straight calls. There is no diamond, but the board does pair. Wolfgang's going to win this pot as long as he stays in.
He's got to stay in. The river missed that diamond. He looks pretty clean here. What are you worried about if you're Wolfgang?
I mean,
with that bet right there.
The only boat, or, flush draw. There's a flush out there. There's boat possibilities.
The river now comes another 8. It pairs the board. And drift bet small here for $75 or 30% of the pot. Obviously my hand is very good, but when I thought about the way he played the hand, it smelled like I was beat. I mean, nobody bluffs for such a small amount on the river with ace high, right?
Got it. Well, at this point,
oh wow.
Nothing. And,
oh wow.
And Wolfgang folds the winning hand. Good.
I decided to make a cool play for the stream and fold my straight, much to everybody's surprise. For what it's worth, this fold was very player and situation dependent. In a normal 1-3 game with no cameras on us, I most likely just call. When I checked the stream later in the night and saw that he had ace high here, I wanted to puke. And then I started reading some of the comments and I felt sick as well. After the stream, Drift reached out to me via Instagram and had some very nice things to say, which I greatly appreciated. You're a stand-up guy, Drift. My buddy Alvin also chimed in and posted about my hand in the Facebook group, which further confirmed the fact that I should just be snapping that river bet off with a hand as strong as my straight. You live and you learn, I guess. To make things worse, the next hand we raised to $20 with Jack 9 and get 3-bet by Garcia. We decide to fold. What does a flop come? You guessed it. King, Queen 4, all diamonds. Stream ends and we play for a few more hours after. The game got pretty big, but we stuck it out. We witnessed a few double board PLO bomb pots that were pretty crazy. We ended up winning a few hands, we ended up losing a few hands, but in the end, we booked a $141 loss on the night. Definitely a cool experience, one that I'm glad is behind me, but in the end it provided a lot of value and a lot of things to learn from. I'm already looking forward to my next session. Thanks for watching to the end of my video. Click my head below to subscribe and stay in the loop. See you next time.